What's good? For everybody who knows, y'all might know I'm in California right now. Um, right now there's no one in here, so just if you're catching this on the rebound, I'm in California right now. I just left a seminar, a workshop, just learning how to better market on YouTube, just learning how to best help out people like you. And right now what I want to know is, while I'm out here, who's in here? Uh, Unit 18, what's good? Cal, what's good? So this one I want to know, what's the worst thing about training? You know, if y'all have anything to let so other people will know, keep grinding. All right. So, and what we're gonna do, so we're gonna do something different. I have my recruiting phone right here. This is the phone I use to let people, that people can call me and just say what's up. Just call this phone and I'm gonna put you on speaker, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you tell your story, your worst experience about training. All right. If you don't feel comfortable calling, just go ahead and hit the just comment. What was your worst thing about training? So I'm gonna start. One of my worst things about training was the fact that I wasn't real compatible with my trainer. So when I got on my truck, my trainer was cool. At the end of the day, my trainer was real cool, but we were just real different. But the main part is that he did teach me what he was supposed to teach me. He was some older white guy, and I know a lot of people are like not mixed with their trainer, so he kind of didn't like my music. So I'm playing music, which keeps me awake and helps me drive better, and he's low-key complaining about it. So that was one of the things. I'm gonna keep on going through the things that went through, but if you can, go ahead and tell me some of your worst experience about training. Let's go ahead and see what people said in the comments. What's good, Kermit? It's not easy. You ain't guaranteed to like your trainer. That's true. That is very true. You are not guaranteed to like your trainer. Like I said, the main thing is just making sure that person is teaching you what he's supposed to be teaching you, and and that's the main thing. If you don't like him, man, do your best just to get through it. So I see a lot of people, first of all, hit the thumbs up in here. And if you,
48 Laws of Power,
one second.
by Robert Greene.
If you could, just go ahead and, yeah, just put your worst experience in there. What happened? Just go ahead and share. He just wanted me to drive and nothing else. That's a lot of people say that.
Do not attempt it.
Hold up.
Your doubts and hesitations will
A lot of people say that, like people saying just the people just want you to drive and they don't want you to do nothing else. They don't even let you back. I didn't have that problem. I could back coming in because I had a great PSD instructor. And so when I went into TNT, I could back. So let's see what else people are saying. Someone said their trainer smoked cigarettes. Yeah, that's a pretty bad thing, because if you don't smoke, like I hate when people like smoke and then it gets in your clothes and you start to smell like it, and that's one thing a lot of people don't want to do. So like I said, if you're coming in here right now, I'm asking you, what was the worst thing about training? Was it an experience? Was it going down mountains? What it was? Lack of trust. Okay, lack of trust. One person said lack of trust. So you want to interview, you really want to interview your trainer before you get on that truck, and see if you can trust them from the beginning, because a lot of people appreciate that. A lot of people come in and they just they just go with it. I have a lot of students who just say, oh yeah, Prime gave me this trainer and I'm just gonna rock out with him. You don't have to rock out with that person. You can interview him and see it. One thing I did before I picked my trainer, I just looked at their teeth. If my teeth are clean, that's because I brush them, I take care of them. So if someone's not taking care of their teeth, this lets you know that it's something that they're not doing in their hygiene. So if hygiene is a big thing for you, just make sure you're checking that out. All right, let's see what someone else said. Someone said lack of trust. Can we share a friend's training? Can we share a friend's training? I don't know what that means, but yeah. What's going on, Blank? What's up, Railroader? All right, what's up, bro? Chris, what's popping? I was a trainer for 10 years, And my biggest issue was when students got on my truck and thought they knew everything. That is a big thing, because that's a big thing, especially if you are a student coming in. Even if your trainer says something, just take the benefit of the doubt sometimes, because even people come in with me and I'll tell them, hey, this is our turn left right here. And they'll be like, no, it's supposed to be a right. See, the thing about it is, even if I'm right or wrong, if you do it and I'm wrong, great. I get to find out I'm wrong on my own. It's not like you're like going against the person who's above you, your authority. You just take the turn, be wrong, and then let that person be like, oh man, that it was that way. Because it happened to me sometimes. Or you could just be like, nah, I'm gonna take this left, and you be wrong. So it's been plenty of times I'll tell someone, hey, take this left. You know what I'm saying? It's this left. And they'll be like, nah, it's this right. So me, I already know, well, I don't have to prove you wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just give you the benefit of the doubt, let you take the right. If you're right, I don't look like a dumbass. You just made yourself look stupid, and then obviously you're gonna be like, well, maybe I need to go the way he just told me to. And you keep that person's goodwill. When you're living with someone, you don't want to get on someone's bad side. Even me as a trainer, I want to make sure, like, I keep my students' goodwill. Because they'll be willing to listen to me. They'll be willing to, you know what I'm saying, react and not block me out. That's the last thing I want my students to do, is block me out. All right. So don't know everything. If you get into a back and forth with your trainer, and just do what he say. It's either he's going to be right or wrong, and you figure it out. All right, what's good, Blake? Blah, blah, blah. They know everything. What's up, Busy Blake? Prime did me wrong. How did Prime do you wrong, bro? How did Southside the Trucker, go ahead and put in the comments how Prime did you wrong. What's good, bro? What's good, Slick Trucker TNT? Oh, whoa. So if you're just coming into this, what I want you to do is, I want you to write down your worst experience about training. What was the worst thing about it? All right, my first trainer was nasty. A lot of people say that my first trainer was nasty. He was always farting. I'm trying to learn everything I need to know, but got lucky and got another trainer when he took vacation. So what was nasty about him? Because farting is more so human nature. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So was his truck dirty? You know, was he doing anything that was like? What besides farting? What was else nasty about him? Did he not shower? What's up? The worst thing about training is teaming. Okay, so a lot of people don't like to team, and teaming could be bad if you have a bad trainer, or he could be a good trainer, but y'all just could not get along, right? So me and my trainer, we didn't get along. The vibe was always off. Something was always off. You know, we got the load done in time and everything, but you know, the vibe wasn't cool, and I had to share a truck with that person. All right. So if you're coming in here, the thing that we're asking is, comment, what was your worst thing about training? What was the worst issue? All right. My trainer taught me a lot. Lowball everything, I know. But he didn't want to bathe more than 3 times a week. See, that's what I'm saying about bathing. Go ahead and look at their teeth. So if you come up to me, right, and I'll say, hey, my name Busy Blake. Say you don't know me. Hey, my name Busy Blake, right? You already see my teeth is clean. I take care of myself, my hair. Obviously, we're going to go sour. Obviously, we're going to do something. So your interview phase is the really time to look that person up and down and check out that person's truck. The longest me and my students ever went, well, the student that I had last, we went about 3 days without bathing. But it was just because of how Lois was running. We weren't smelly. We was like, hey, we could keep pushing and get there early and be able to sour and relax, or we can sour and get there and not be able to relax. So we just kept pushing, got there early, soured and relaxed. But yeah, so make sure you interview it. So if you're in this chat, what I'm doing is asking, what was the worst thing about training that you put up with? And if you haven't trained yet, what are you afraid of about training? Yeah, what's the worst thing that kind of intimidates you about training? All right, so let's go ahead. My trainer taught me a lot. I caught a student stealing from me. All right, and he was also playing with himself in the truck. I put him off in my truck on the side of the interstate immediately. Whoa, now that's deep. Kyle Richardson. That's crazy. I'm gonna read that again. I caught my student stealing from me. He was also playing with himself on the truck. He put him off his truck immediately on the side of the interstate, and I can't blame him from that. There are a lot of people who put their students off, maybe at a truck stop or something like that. But something like that, it's not an issue to just go ahead and get him off because that's very disrespectful. All right. My manager is holding me back on upgrading. So my trainer can make more money. He wants me to team, but keeping me as a student, not a team. Well, what you can do is you can go ahead and upgrade. You can go ahead and upgrade, say, hey, all right, cool. I can't get a truck right now, but can I go ahead and upgrade? Or are they keeping you from upgrading too? Because right now the trucks are really, really low, and they're making you do a wait list before coming in to upgrading. All right. Okay, they turn. Okay, must have turned you down because of your work history and recent jobs. All right. So Southside Trucker, he got denied by Prime, so he didn't even get to make it to training because of his work history. All right. Hey, bro. What's up, Chris? Hey, yeah, I can give you a reach. Boom, boom. Let's go. All right. So if you're inside this vlog, if you haven't not yet posted, what's the worst thing? What was your worst experience about training? And if you haven't trained yet, what are the things that you're most worried about? So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about another thing. One of my worst experience when I went through training. We was coming through Arizona, right? It's coming through Arizona, and it was signs of wind, of gusts, of strong winds. So, but my trainer was like, keep driving, right? He went in the back. They was doing TNT. He went in the back and went to sleep. So I'm driving, and the wind started getting real, real strong. I don't know if y'all been there yet, but the truck starts shaking. Everything starts shaking, right? And sand started blowing everywhere. It was sand. You couldn't even see the road in front of you because sand was just blowing all in the truck. It was coming in the truck. The truck was shaking. And yeah, I yelled out for my trainer. And he stayed asleep. He was a hard sleeper. So I'm inside of this situation that I'm panicking, and I'm yelling out his name, but he still sleeps. So that was a bad experience. I couldn't blame him all the way because he was tired, but I didn't really like that. So let's go back to the comments. If you are jumping in this, go ahead and write down some of your worst experiences so we can talk about them. If you aren't doing training yet, just go ahead and tell me what are some things that you're worried about. All right. How long have I been trucking in the industry? I'm going on 3 years. I'm killing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, never had a trainer. Literally was straight to top pay. Okay, that's awesome. You didn't have a trainer. So 1 second. Okay, they're keeping me from upgrading. I don't need a truck. If I stay with him. So basically, Johnny's biggest problem is they're not letting him upgrade. And like I said, a lot of people is going through this. A lot of people has went through this. They're keeping him from upgrading. Not just getting his truck, but just coming in and taking the classes and upgrading. So right now, that's his biggest issue. Like he said, they're keeping him from upgrading. He don't need a truck if I stay with him. Okay. He says freight is slow, and I don't want to make any more money because we don't have miles. Okay, so they're keeping him for miles purpose. He feel that they're keeping him for mile purposes, and a lot of people feel that way. Just they call them steering wheel holders. So because they want to make a lot of money, they're going to keep you on the truck so they can run more miles, and you know you're getting paid this little bitty pay. All right, trainers trying to hold you back so that they can make money. All right. So that's what we just talked about. So that's an issue for a lot of people. So if you coming out here and you're thinking about going and training, just make sure like, this is a heads up, especially if you haven't started training yet. This is a heads up. Like I've never done that. I always try to get the people done as quick as possible. But some people feel like maybe they should keep them on the truck a little bit longer. Hey, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video. Okay, I'm worried about mountain driving. Yeah, that was one of my things too. Because when I was in TNT, my trainer taught me how to use the Jake brakes. But he told me, but I didn't have experience using it. So I was in Utah, and it was a long mountain. I was going down the long mountain, and I think I got the truck up to like 85. It's tight. And, I didn't really understand at that time because I knew he had told me about the Jake brakes and to pull the Jake brakes down when I'm going down the mountain. But I never did it like in the situation. So at that time, I didn't think of what he had told me. I was just, I was burning the brakes. I had the brakes. A prime car, they was like, man, you was going 85 miles per hour for like a minute or something like that. I was like, yeah, man, I was just doing my best. And I think the brakes was pretty burnt. Okay, driving down mountains. All right, so like I said, if you're in here, make sure you drop what was your worst experience about training, and what are you worried about if you haven't started training yet. All right, so okay, what was your worst experience with a student that you were training? My worst experience with a student, right? My worst experience with a student is, I'm just gonna be honest, not believing in the process. Like, you're doing everything you can to make sure that this person is like, is going to be ahead of the game, but they have already heard so many bad stories that they're questioning what I'm doing. And not only that, but they go tell. You know what I'm saying? They go tell on me, and they say, hey, Blake is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and like, I don't like snitching, bro. Like, if we a man, we two men, we handle our situations, because I'm a good dude. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. As men, we don't bring people in our situations unless we can't handle it. After we try to handle it, and if we still can't handle it, get to a same page, then we can bring someone in. But for you to go behind my back and say, hey, yada, 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 and then just to find out that I was doing everything, you know what I'm saying? You was getting the best training anyway, and now you got to come back and look stupid. That goes back to the thing that I was saying. When you have a trainer, don't be the person that know it all. If he tells you to go left and you think it's right, go left, because you don't want to lose this goodwill. Like, I don't want to lose my students' goodwill, because if you go left and it's wrong, he looks stupid, and you don't have to make. It's a difference between you making someone look stupid and then you just allowing them to look stupid. So you go left, you like, I don't think that's right. He be like, nah, it's left. Don't even argue with him. Bust it left. If it's wrong, he'll figure it out on his own. Be like, well, damn, I think it was to the right. You be like, yeah, and then you just go right. And versus you just saying like, and versus you like, nah, it's to the right. You know what I'm saying? Now you're talking back to your trainer, and he gonna be like, and then if you take that right and you're wrong, dude, you're gonna look so stupid. All right. So that was, so yeah, that's my worst thing about some of my students. So boom, 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 boom. Let's go up here. What was the worst? Thank you, bro. All right. How is winter driving? Winter driving for me, I can speak for my experience, wasn't that bad. Winter driving for me, it really wasn't that bad. I stayed on the tracks. Even like, it got to a point that all the road was covered with snow. All I did was stayed on the tracks. If the tracks was in the middle of the road, say it's 2 lanes, right? If the tracks was on the middle of the road, I just stayed on the tracks. And whoever's in my way would either have to move or something, but I'm staying on the track. So winter driving wasn't that bad for me. Our trucks already don't go fast, so all I did was slow down even more. Okay, D. Alex, my trainers are messy. They don't sour. They're rude. It was rough. It was a rough experience for many people that went through training. Dispatchers also need people skills. You're right. There are a lot of messy truck drivers, right? And sometimes, let me be honest, if you catch me on a bad day, Say like he catch me on a bad day, I just left the gym and I stayed in the gym too long. I took a long shower because the water was hot. I just come in and just throw all my stuff down on the bed and keep it moving, right? And then let's say we get there late and I don't feel like the stuff I just threw on the bed, I don't feel like picking it up. I just move it to the side, go to sleep, and then say we just they wake me up at 6 o'clock to back in the door, and then then I go back to sleep, and then once we finish that load, they tell me to go pick up this load. That mess is still sitting there, but thing about me is that I'm always gonna clean it up sooner or later. So if the truck get messy sometimes, don't be like too harsh on some trainers. If y'all know y'all are running, if you know you're running, if you know you're going for it, like, and he really hasn't had time to really just clean up yet, yeah, but if it's just always dirty and always junky and it is always stanky and that's just what the truck is, then you have a problem. All right, so like I said, I see new people coming in. What is the thing that you're most worried about training? And if you have already did training, what are some things that was the worst experience for you? So let's go back to these comments. Make sure you put that in the comments. It will be my first winter year. You're gonna rock out. There's no issue. You know what I'm saying? Love your videos. They keep me going doing TNT. All right, so tell me the one thing that is most beneficial about my videos, and how can I help improve on my videos? All right. Okay. How much should I drive net a week? It depends. It depends, because what you really want to do is you automatically want to get the most driving, period. All right. So, but if you don't want to do all the driving. If you see this person is literally just making you do all the driving, that's a problem. That's just like, it's not a problem because you're doing all the driving. It's a problem because this guy thinks you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? This guy thinks you're dumb. So that's the problem. Don't let nobody play you. So if this person is driving a lot, you should be driving a lot. Like, if it's almost even, it shouldn't even be even. You should be driving just a little bit more than him. So yeah, always. This 5,000 feels, this 500, this 50K feels like it's forever. Other than I have no other issues. Yeah. So a lot of people, a bad thing is the fact that the training is longer. I know when I went through training was like, let's say training was like, I'll say my training was like 30 months. I'm not 30 months, 3 months. And now that is 50K, I already know it's gonna be like 4 or 5 months. So come in expecting 4 or 5 months. But the thing about it is your contract should be halfway over by the time you get out of training. So yeah. Let's see. Walking over trash and seeing pee bottles around. Nasty, bad experience for me. Okay, D. Alex. He had to deal with a trainer that not only was nasty, but didn't pour his pee out. But we all know that truck drivers pee in bottles, right? Even the females pee in bottles. That's not a problem. But if you're just letting it hang around and someone's having to step over it every day, then that could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be a bad experience. All right. All right. Shout out to New Zealand. Okay. Am I still driving? Yeah, I am still driving. So yeah. So if you have not yet put down a couple bad experiences that you have went through as a trainer, well, doing your training, go ahead and write in the comments what were some of the bad experiences that you had. And if you have not yet started training, what are some things that you're worried about? We'd love to see more technical videos. Loved the backing videos. It helped me a lot. Backing and crowded truck stops would be nice. Okay, so more backing videos. Also, how has my videos helped y'all, if they're helping y'all, and what type of videos would you like to see me make? Make sure you put that in the comment. All right. I had a trainer who was cool as fuck, but kind of messy. I had an issue. I had to use his bag as pillows. but he was cool. So this person, slick trucker, had a nasty, messy trainer, but he was cool, you know. So I see messy trainers coming up a lot. So, you know, we already know that's something that you might have to deal with if you're watching this and you have not yet went through training. All right, the PSD training is excellent. Yes, yes, yes. I am a PSD trainer, so I'm happy to hear that. Okay. How long am I planning to drive? I am planning to drive for, I don't know. I don't know. I'm building something for myself. So however long it takes to build something for myself is how long I'll drive. I probably will never stop training because I love training. I love meeting new people, and I love like helping people change their life. So training is something that I always want to do. Always meeting new people and always being around people that want change. See, sometimes you can be around people who's already been through change, and they get complacent. They like, okay, I got change. But me, I'm lucky enough to always be around people who's pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always around the people who's just now starting. So they're bringing in a lot of positive energy, a lot of, they just bringing in a lot of energy, like life-changing energy. And I'm always around that energy. So it's hard for me to get lazy because I'm always around people who's trying to better themselves. All right, let's see what we got. My trainer controls the clock and keeps me on nights. Even if it's my turn to drive, he will skip me if it's morning. Yeah, my trainer did that sometimes. Man, I don't want to like tell you anything bad, but it got to a point where I just called him out on it. I'm like, hey, I know this is what you're doing. I don't appreciate it. I talked to him like a man first. I came to him. I said, hey, I know you're doing this. I'm looking at your clock. What I did is before I drove, I'll look at his clock and see how many hours he drove. All right. And then I was like, okay, I know you drove this much. I know you drive that much. And I confronted him on everything I figured out he was doing. Now, if he continued to do it, then I took further action. So, is Prime Trucking School the best school to start at? I feel it's the best school to start at. The resources are amazing. You're gonna have new trucks. You're gonna have all the best equipment to learn on. Great people who can mentor you. Great students who are also coming, so you're a network. And yeah, just that alone already put them at the top for me. Okay, Prime training is excellent, but TNT is a real challenge for many. Yeah, TNT is a real... Okay, this is how I got off my TNT truck. So my TNT was done, right? We was going to Christmas. He was taking me home for Christmas. And like, we were already fed up with each other, right? So we was gonna go to a truck stop, and my girl was gonna pick me up. But what ended up happening was, we had a tire blowout. The tire blew out, and we had to hit the side of the road. So we didn't like each other so much. I just told the girl to come pick me up from the side of the road. Hey, you can come pick me up from right here. I'm getting off this dude's truck. So we didn't fight, but we definitely didn't like each other. Okay, at one time he spent at least 50 hours in the sleeper. Yeah, so Mo Mike is having a problem with his trainer making him do most of the driving and throwing him on night shift. So if they both have a full clock, and like say the trainer drove last, and now it's Mike's turn to drive, right? And it's morning for some reason, his trainer's gonna drive just to throw him back on night shift. And Mike don't like that. So like I'm saying to Mike, just confront him, let him know, confront him or her, and tell him like I'm not going for it, I don't like it. So we need to split this up, especially like if you just started out. I mean, I get it, but like if you're in and you already proving yourself, like I wouldn't keep going for it. All right. The new truck are the new trucks automatic? Yes, the new trucks are automatic. What you can do is you can pay more for a manual, but you got to think about it. That's not going to be your truck after it's paid off. I am a lease operator at Prime. If I get certified as a TNT trainer, will Prime force me to take students? Take PSD students? Certified will Prime force me to take students? First of all, they're not going to force you to do anything. All right. So, but what they will do is some people are saying they want to do TNT only, but right now they're making some people do PSD. Yeah, that's what I heard. I had a student who just started doing TNT, and he was like, man, they making me take a PSD. What should I do? I'm like, well, training, you have to be adaptable. Right now, in the market of trucking, right now, Prime just might think it's beneficial to take a PSD trainer. But I feel you should take a PSD anyway because you get to build that relationships. I just do PSD. I do PSD, so I push a lot of my students straight to TNT. The thing about it is that TNT instructor is like to come in this person's life and try to bark orders when you build no respect and no trust up with this person. So he just might not like the way you talk, you know? But if you do a PSD, you can build trust and you can build some type of relationship when you say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Do this. He already knows you and understand who you are as a person and he might not get offended. All right, so let's go see. My trainer was at the casino in between loads several times a week, and he almost made me do most of the driving. Woo, I mean, that's crazy. So just in case you have not yet commented, what was your worst experience about training? Make sure you put what was your worst experience about training. If you are getting ready to go to training, what are you most concerned about training? All right. My training was cool, but okay. All right, so let's get back to this. Okay, did you get paid when you first started Prime? When you first started Prime? Well, when you're at PSD, they're giving you $200 a week, which you have to pay back. Me, I came out here three bands strong, so I didn't touch any of that money. So, and another thing I've noticed, people who come out here with money already. Luckily, I had money, but some people don't. But it's a lot less stressful because I mean you have a little safety net under you. So if you can save up a little money, just go ahead and do that. So it's not that much stress because when a lot of people are having bad experiences, not just because of Prime, but because they don't have anything in the saving. They don't have anything, so they're stressing this money. So the school may not be stressful, but the stress of not having money and having maybe kids at home and bills is adding to the stress of a pre-trip. It's adding to the stress of an alley dock, which then can become that problem. So what you want to do is, so that's why if you could save up money before you come, it would make it a lot less stressful. You can eat what you want to eat, you can do what you want to do, and it's not that much stress on you. So let's go back to these comments. Okay, my training was cool, but most of the training was on the highway, not in the cities, which cost me with Prime. They let me go because I was behind my training and not ready. Whoa, I've never heard that story before. But was that training doing TNT or PSD or both? I'm guessing both. I've never heard someone getting fired because they didn't get through training quick enough. So that's new to me. Can you explain TNT and pad real quick? Okay, TNT is you've already done your pad work. You know what I'm saying? TNT, the pad is when you're gonna go do all your backing, and you're gonna learn how to back. You're gonna do all that stuff. TNT is when you just team and you get your miles in. Basically, you're getting your on-the-job experience. All right. So boom. Oh, PSD, yo. So yeah, same thing for pad and PSD. So okay, true. Okay, my trainer was an older male. He had his flaws. It made me think I had to run 10 hours a day. He didn't shower as much. He didn't teach me a lot of backing. He had a lot going on. So maybe it was just bad timing. Yeah, maybe. So like I said, a lot of people, like I said, man, we out here in California, man. You know, I just left a seminar. So, but anyway, um, yeah, maybe that was bad training. A lot of people teaching backing isn't easy, right? So I'm good at teaching backing, but a lot of people, you gotta think about it like this. I'm good at teaching backing because I teach it all the time after time after time, week after week after week, student after student. These TNT trainers aren't gonna be as good as teaching you backing. They can back, but they're not gonna be good as teaching because they have you for one they have you for what, 3-5 months, you know what I'm saying? They probably teach like the first month, so then they go like 3 months without teaching. And no matter how good you are relating to people and getting the skill to like build clarity to someone is a skill. So yeah, they know how to back, but they don't have the skill to paint a picture, because doing TNT, they do it for like the first month or two, and then you get it, and then they don't have to teach no more. But someone with me, I teach this person, pin them on, teach them. So I never lose the skill of teaching. You know what I'm saying? So your TNT person really may know how to back, but really just might not be a great teacher because he don't do it a lot. He or she don't do it a lot. All right. Current in PSD, in just the first week, I have gotten 2,000 plus miles driving, and me and my trainer are cool. So after I get through to the TNT phase, we're teaming, and I will knock out 50K quick. All right, bet. So that's a good experience, you know? So one person actually have a great experience, PSD, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Will it be better for me to get my CDL permit before I come to Prime? It could be, but it's not really that important. If you could, I mean, I don't think it would be bad, but they make some people retest anyway. Training to go to Prime, but having trouble with knowing exact dates to work of my work history. Yeah, I know some people who said that they are a lot of people get fired just because of work history. So you might want to just go ahead and figure that out. Go ahead and figure out all your work history. My event is about to get ready to start, man. I hope this video helped y'all out. Stay tuned for more educational videos. Let's go.